Georgios Karaiskakis. Georgios Karaiskakis, Greek. Georgios Karaiskakis, born Georgios Karaiskos, Greek. Georgios Karaiskos, 1782, April 23, 1827, was a famous Greek military commander and a leader of the Greek War of Independence. Early life. Karaiskakis was a Sarakatsani, born in 1782 in a monastery near the village of Skoulakaria, Greek. Skoulakaria, close to Arta. His father was the Armitalos of the Voltos district, Dimitris Iskos or Karaiskos, his mother Zoe Dimiski from Arta, Greece, who was also the niece of a local monastery abbot and cousin of Gogos Bakoulas, captain of the Armitaliki of Radovitsi. At a very early age he became a cleft in the service of Katsantonis, a famous local agrafiote, brigand captain. He excelled as a cleft, agile, cunning, brave, and reckless, and rose quickly through the ranks, eventually becoming a protopalikaro or lieutenant. At the age of 15 he was captured by the troops of the Albanian ruler Ali Pasha and imprisoned at Ioannina, where he learned Albanian. Ali Pasha, impressed by Karaiskakis' courage and intelligence, released him from prison and had him serve as a member of his personal bodyguards. During his service under Ali Pasha, he fought against another Ottoman warlord, Osman Pasmantoglu, in 1798. Greek War of Independence. Karaiskakis served in the army of Ali Pasha in his war against the Ottomans 1820–22, but after his defeat and death, Karaiskakis fled to Vanitsa. In July 1821, he joined the Greek rebels in the Battle of Kumboti against Plius Ismail Pasha, but he soon left to pursue his long-held ambition of seizing the Armitalik of Agrafa, then held by the family of Ioannis Baukouvalas. Karaiskakis gathered supporters from Voltos and other areas and was joined by Yannikis Rangos. In this way, he was able to take over Agrafa and was recognized as holder of the Armitalik not only by the local captains, but also by the Ottoman authorities, who were too busy with suppressing the Greek uprising in the Moro-Peloponnese. Despite his recognition by the Ottomans, he attacked the Ottoman army retreating from the failed first siege of Missolonghi in early 1823, defeating a 3,000-strong detachment that tried to cross the Agrafa area at the pass of Agios Vlasios. When Mustafa Pasha Bushali, the Pasha of Scutari, arrived at Larissa in 1823, he ordered Karaiskakis to come before him and reaffirm his loyalty in person, rather than through a representative as was usual. Instead, Karaiskakis, although heavily ill, left Agrafa with about 300 men and made for Praussos monastery. There he stayed to recuperate, while his men joined Marcos Batsaris Soliotes, and eventually fought with them in the Battle of Karpanisi. As his health did not improve, Karaiskakis left for Ithaca, then ruled by the British, to consult with local physicians. In his absence, Yannikis Rangos declared himself as leader of Karaiskakis' men. Karaiskakis' reputation grew during the middle and latter stages of the war. He helped lift the second siege of Missolonghi in 1823, and did his best to save the town from its third siege in 1826. That same year, 1826, he was appointed commander-in-chief of the Greek revolutionary forces in Rumeli, achieving mixed results, while failing to cooperate effectively with other leaders of the independence movement or with the foreign sympathizers fighting alongside the Greeks. He gained some military successes against the Ottomans. His most famous victory was at the Battle of Arakova, where his forces crushed a force of Turkish and Albanian troops under Mustafa Bey and Kehaya Bey. In 1827, Karaiskakis participated in the failed attempt to raise the siege of Athens and attempted to prevent the massacre of the Ottoman garrison stationed in the convent of St. Spiridon in Piraeus. He was killed in action on his Greek name day, 23 April 1827, after being fatally wounded by a rifle bullet during the Battle of Phaleron. He was buried in the church of St. Demetrios on the island of Salamis, according to his expressed desire to be buried on the island. Honors and popular culture. King Otto of Greece posthumously conferred Karaiskakis the Grand Cross of the Order of the Redeemer. Karaiskakis was famous among the fighters of the revolution for his tirade manner of speaking. Karaiskakis Stadium in Neo-Faliero, Piraeus is named after him as he was mortally wounded in the area. Dionysios Savvopoulos wrote both the music and lyrics to the popular Greek song Ode to Georgios Karaiskakis Greek, Ode sto Georgio Karaiskakis. Savvopoulos wrote the song for Che Guevara, but he chose this title to pass the censorship of the Greek military junta. Family. Karaiskakis was married to Engolpia Skylodimou and had 3 children, daughters Pinelope and Eleni, and son Spiridon. Tsitsa Karaiskaki, a writer of the interwar period, known for her pro-Nazi beliefs, was also his descendant. She left Greece for Vienna with other collaborators after the Axis withdrawal in 1944, but returned later.